There is a special kind of silence that follows a final goodbye. It's not the peaceful quiet of a sleeping house or the comfortable hush between old friends. No, this silence is heavy. It has weight. It presses down on your lungs and fills your ears with the ghost of a voice that's gone. The last words my sister ever said to me were, "I don't need another mother, Alara. I don't need you." And then the soft, devastating click of the phone. I sat there, in my dimly lit kitchen, the receiver still pressed to my ear, listening to that hollow hum. I sat there until the sun went down and the room turned blue with twilight. That was 5 years ago. 1,825 days of that same heavy silence. And tonight? Tonight, I am finally breaking it. Not with a phone call, but with this pen, this paper, and all the words I was too proud and too scared to say. Our childhood was painted in the warm, soft colors of a well-loved home. I can still smell it if I close my eyes. The scent of pine sol on the floorboards, the yeasty warmth of bread toasting in the morning, and the faint, always present trace of our mother's perfume on her uniform as she rushed out the door. I was 12 when Lily was born. I remember tiptoeing into the hospital room, a mix of awe and terror swirling in my stomach. And there she was, this tiny, perfect thing with a shock of dark hair and fists curled tight as rosebuds. When my mom placed her in my arms, my whole world shifted. Her small hand, no bigger than a walnut, wrapped around my finger with a surprising strength. In that moment, a fierce, desperate love took root in my heart. I knew with a certainty I couldn't explain that my most important job was to protect her. I became her second shadow. I learned to warm her milk just right. I sang her to sleep when the night fears came. I cut the crusts off her sandwiches and helped her sound out words in her storybooks. My favorite ritual was braiding her hair before school. She'd sit on the floor between my knees, her small body trusting and warm, and I'd weave the brown strands into 2 neat plaits. "Tell me a story, Alara," she'd whisper. And I would. I'd make up tales of princesses and brave explorers. And her laughter was the best part of my day. A sound so pure and light it could chase away any cloud. She was my Lily, my responsibility, my joy. I never imagined a day would come when she wouldn't want me to be part of her story. The change didn't happen overnight. It was a slow, quiet drift, like a boat slipping its mooring. It started when she turned 13. The eye rolls, the heavy sighs when I asked about her day, the way her phone became a shield, a world I wasn't invited into. I'd try to connect. "How is school, Lil? Anything interesting happen?" I'd ask, trying to keep my voice light. She wouldn't even look up. "It was fine," she'd mumble, the 2 words building a wall between us. "Fine?" I'd push, my worry making my voice sharper than I intended. "Fine isn't an answer. Did you talk to anyone? Did you finish your math homework?" "God, Alara, stop interrogating me," she'd snap, finally meeting my eyes, and I'd see a flash of a stranger in them. The first real fracture appeared over a tube of hair dye. She came home one afternoon with a bold, vibrant purple streak framing her face. My heart sank. It was so loud, so attention-seeking. The words were out of my mouth before I could stop them. "Lily, what on earth? What will people think? What will your teachers say?" She froze, her hand going to her hair, a gesture that was both defiant and defensive. "I don't care what you think," she said, her voice low and steady, and it felt like a slap. I was only trying to protect her from judgment, from making mistakes, but she didn't see a protector. She saw a critic. Then came Mark. He was all leather jacket and big dreams, talking about road trips and rock anthems. I saw a boy who would break her heart and leave her picking up the pieces. I saw the instability I'd spent my life guarding her against. So I laid down the law. "He's not good for you, Lily. You need someone with a plan, with a future." We were in the kitchen, the same kitchen where I'd made her 1,000 sandwiches. She stood by the door, her bag slung over her shoulder, and she looked at me not with anger, but with a profound, weary sadness. "You don't get to decide what's good for me," she said, her voice barely a whisper. "You're my sister, Alara. You're not Mom." And with that, she walked out. The door didn't slam. It clicked shut, a sound far more final than a bang. And I was left alone with the ghost of the little girl who used to beg me for stories. The years that followed were quiet, a strained politeness at family gatherings, short, superficial text messages. The distance between us grew into a vast, uncrossable ocean. Then, on our mother's 65th birthday, the final veil lifted. I was setting the table for two, just Mom and I. The house was so still. You could hear the clock ticking in the hallway, each second a reminder of the emptiness. Mom was sitting in her armchair, staring at a photograph in her lap. "She called this morning," Mom said, her voice thin and reedy. "Lily and Mark, they're in Oregon. He got a job at a recording studio out there. She said the mountains are beautiful. She sounded happy, Alara. Truly happy. Happy." The word echoed in the silent room. She was happy, 1,000 miles away, building a life I knew nothing about, and she was happy, without me. The plate I was holding slipped from my fingers, shattering on the floor in a burst of white ceramic. I didn't even move. I just stared at the pieces. And then my eyes fell to the photo in Mom's lap. It was an old Polaroid. The colors faded with time. Me, at 16. Lily, no more than 4. She was perched on my shoulders, her small hands tangled in my hair. We were both laughing, our heads thrown back, caught in a moment of pure, uncomplicated joy. There was no weight of responsibility on my face, no resentment in hers. We were just sisters. A sob tore from my throat, so raw it hurt. I sank to the floor, right there amongst the broken pieces of the plate, and I cried. I cried for the little girl with the braids. I cried for the sister I had pushed away with my constant worrying. I cried for all the years I had spent being a guardian when all she had ever wanted was a friend. In that moment, I saw my entire life's mission for what it was. Not a noble sacrifice, but a fortress I had built out of my own fear. And my sister, my beautiful, vibrant sister, had simply found a way to live outside its walls. And so, I write. The pen feels foreign in my hand, a tool for a truth I've avoided for so long. The paper is stark, accusing white, but the words finally come from a place of broken pride and aching love. My dearest Lily, if you are reading this, it means I found the courage to send it. I'm writing from the kitchen table, the same one where I used to cut the crusts off your sandwiches. It's quiet tonight, the kind of quiet that has followed me for 5 years. I've started this letter a dozen times. I wanted it to be perfect. I wanted to explain myself, to make you understand the why behind every rule, every criticism, but I see now that there is no explanation that justifies it. There is only an apology. I am so sorry, Lily. I am sorry for every time I tried to mother you when you already had a mother. I am sorry for every dream I dismissed as impractical and for every purple streak I saw as a rebellion instead of an expression of the wonderful, unique person you were becoming. I was so terrified of you getting hurt that I forgot to let you live. I built a cage of my own anxieties and called it love. And the greatest tragedy is that I lost my best friend in the process. I found a picture of us recently. You're on my shoulders, and we are both laughing. I look at that picture, and my heart breaks for the simplicity of it. I miss you. I miss my sister. I don't know your address in Oregon. I don't know if you like it there. I don't know if you still take your coffee with 2 sugars. But I know I love you. I always have, and I always will. You don't owe me a reply. You don't owe me anything. I just needed you to know. With all my love, your sister, Alara.